What's up guys, welcome to Wasted Space, and seeing as it was a pretty lovely evening, I figured I'd find myself a fresh wall, as promised, and do a bit of a channel update, because there's a few things going on the channel I wanted to talk to you about, and there's also a big question that kind of needs to be answered that we thought we'd answered and clearly haven't, which is what's going on with group survival. So, as some of you may know, he did a video on it. Morph's actually away studying in Japan, has been for the last 2 months, and is about to come back. So I believe actually he's coming back today. Now this doesn't mean group survival is about to kick back off again immediately, because of course there's some planning we need to do, and I'm not entirely sure what his schedule is now he's back. Is he done from studying, or is there plenty more to do and he's going to be a couple of weeks getting back and used to things? Don't really know. What we do know is it means that we can now start talking about it, now move towards getting something out for you guys, and there will be a second season. We've said this plenty, but there will be a second season, and we're trying to get to it as close as possible. And as usual, there's always some animal interfering. In this case, birds. But, whatever. So that's group survival. The next question is Rimworld. Because, as some of you may know, upcoming very soon is the Rimworld Steam release and Alpha 14. And every time Tynan does an Alpha release for Rimworld, it's huge. It adds a huge amount of stuff in. And so I was very much thinking, God, what am I going to do with the current season? Because I don't want to abandon it. But at the same time, I also don't want to miss out on the new stuff. And I know from past experience, if you hang around in the old Alpha versions too long, people lose interest naturally. They want to see the new stuff. Fortunately, Alpha 14 is a bit different. He's focused on scenarios, so stuff that's not actually changing the main game that much, to the point where I'm not even sure whether or not my save isn't going to work. So either way, what this all comes down to is there's going to be a lot more Rimworld content coming up on the next week or so as I try and sort of push this current season to a close, if that makes sense. You know, if it gets to a point where we're like, nice, this is all done and dusted, we've escaped, or vice versa, we've been wiped out, then cool. If it doesn't, I'm going to continue doing it, because I don't think Alpha 14's got enough in it to warrant me just dropping things. And I also think that maybe I can do something cool with the scenarios at the same time, or maybe I can use the scenarios to help move things over into the new version. Don't know about that. Now, I would have liked in this video to be talking about what the plans are for 50,000 subscribers, because I'm getting really close and I've got some really cool plans. I want to do another competition, a bit like the Planets competition, but obviously not like that, but different and hopefully better, more enjoyable for everybody, have some cool prizes for that, maybe do some giveaways, that sort of idea. But then YouTube did its big clear out last week and I lost like 2,200 or something overnight, so that's a little bit further away. At least I can mention it to you guys. It's going to be pretty cool, hopefully. I've got some pretty good ideas, and if it's anything like last time, the competition will end up being big enough that it'll take like 3 months to work through. So I guess I should wrap things up by talking a bit about what's coming up on the channel as well. So firstly, Total War is back. Only reason there's not been any of that is because scheduling with my brother's been a bit difficult. He's got 2 young kids, and so sometimes you just can't get together in the evenings and actually find some time. But we're doing it later tonight, and we're going to record a whole bunch of episodes so that we can make sure that like things are continuing nicely. We don't have this strange scheduling problem. So that's back. Hopefully people were enjoying that. Did seem so. On top of that, and on top of the Rimworld week, which I've already mentioned, we're going to be having another look at Pulsar, because that game's come a long way. It's got damn hard, like really hard. And they've got a big update due real soon as well. So that looks pretty exciting. Looking forward to giving that another go. Might even be with a new crew. Not sure yet. And then finally, and this really is finally, I'm going to be trying to get into Star Citizen, because I've been one of these skeptics, basically. Not saying that I'm not a backer. I've been a backer since very early on, because it legitimately seems to offer what I want from a space MMO. I mean, everything. All the boxes are ticked. But at the same time, I don't know, they didn't seem to be doing a huge amount, and when you've got big talk and then little coming out of it, except for annoying RSI marketing videos for all these spaceships that we can only buy the imaginary versions of, you know, it just seemed a bit weird. And then all of a sudden, all of this stuff starts happening, and now I think it's really time I got in, had a proper look, enjoyed some of the ships I've bought, and hopefully you guys will enjoy seeing a bit of that too. So I'll wrap this up here. Hopefully you've enjoyed the tour of various walls and a fence from my garden. I don't know why, they keep coming up in comments. They're like, oh wow, fabulous walls. So there you go, there's 3 walls and a fence. All the wonderful things. Don't say I don't give you guys anything. Anyway, thank you very much for the support, folks, as always. I'm not going to do the usual outro. I'll just say cheers for watching, and I'll catch you next time.